Hello and welcome back to another episode of Menu Heroes Digest. Today, we will be talking about some Pokemon, some Kingdom Hearts, some computers, but mostly Animal Crossing. I'm your host, Steven.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cut your heck to size, I'm sorry. 5 days since you left me, saying get that together and come back and see me.
Yes, it's been at least a week. We were busy with the convention, Crash City Con.
And if y'all weren't there, man, you missed out.
Yeah, the Pokemon event was kind of a bust, but tabletop games were fun. So,
Steven, you gotta let them know that they missed out. Like, they should have been there, but they didn't. And now they felt sorry, and they'll go next year. That's how you get them.
Yeah, I think they're doing it next year, so make sure you know, all three of you listening plan to go. All right.
Gotta think positive, man. You just gotta keep thinking positive.
Keep thinking positive. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with our first story, which is Shiny, Zacian, and Zamazenta events at GameStop. So,
Alright.
historically speaking, Shiny, Zacian, and Zamazenta, the only way to get them was through illegitimate methods such as hacking, because they're shiny locked, which means you can't catch them. There's no chance of them being shiny in the wild. But now, with the GameStop giveaway, you can get the shiny dogs for the first time. So,
all the shiny good boys.
Yes, the shiny good boys. So, Shiny Zacian will take place from October 22nd to November 11th. But it will only be available to Pokemon Shield players. Meanwhile, Zamazenta will be from November 12th to 26th, and it will only be for Pokemon Sword players.
So you can have both Sword and Shield.
If you have both Sword and Shield, then you can get both.
Well, like, isn't like Zacia in Sword and Zamazenta in Shield? And this is like that reversing it.
Let's see. Zacian is in Sword.
It's like Sword.
So yes.
Yeah.
So it gives those people who have the games opportunities to get the other mascot. And I guess you could get a copy of each code, and then if you have a friend who has the opposite game, then you can get them to redeem the code and trade you the shiny Pokemon. So there are ways to get both shiny Pokemon. Any thoughts on the shininess of these Pokemon? Oh no, we lost him! Hold on, I'm redialing. Oh my god, I cannot believe that we lost him. Well, I can believe it because, internet for us is not very good. Let's close out of this window. Ah! Alright, enjoy this brief interlude while I connect my computer to my hotspot. All right. Are you back?
I mean, I can hear you now.
Okay. Sorry, my internet just like it connected to the wrong network, and so I got disconnected. What was the last thing you heard?
Literally, it was like. Honestly, it was just. I was just saying about like you can get both sword and shield, and you were just about to say something about like codes or something like that, but you kept breaking in and out.
All right.
And for like a solid 3 minutes, I couldn't hear anything.
Oh my god. So basically, you can get both codes, and then if you have a friend who has the opposite game, just get them to trade you the shiny that you couldn't redeem.
Right on.
And then I asked your opinion on the shininess of these Pokemon, but you weren't there.
Yeah. Well, I'll be completely honest with you. These games and Diamond and Pearl are the only Pokemon games I haven't played yet. So I'm not too familiar with how they look in general, but just looking at the cards, they look fine. They look all right to me. One's more blue and one's more red, so yeah, it's fine.
All right. Very insightful.
I know, man.
It's not
that, like I knew so much of Pokemon when I was starting out, and it was that period like after Gen 3 that I was getting out of it. I came back to it when Gen 5 was coming out, and I was loving that game, and I've been playing for a while too with like Gen 6 and Gen 7, but I don't know, like everyone's attitudes towards Gen 8, especially before it came out and even a little afterwards, has not been too kind, and it kind of got me not so interested in Gen 8.
Yeah, I can understand.
But I have been considering at least getting one of the Sword and Shield games, so I can fully experience it myself, and at least getting some Pokemon that I really want. And okay, this is gonna make me sound real old, but is Pokemon's Bank still open or available, or is it all now Pokemon Home?
It's mostly Pokemon Home now. Let me see if Pokemon Bank is still open.
Because I had some really good Pokemon in there that I have not been checking on, and now I'm scared if it's still even available.
Let's see. I think it's still open.
Okay, good.
Now you need a subscription to move your Pokemon over, but
all right, well, I'll do like they can do free trials, right? Or at least I can at least do like just a monthly thing.
You can do it for like a month, yeah.
Okay, so 1 month, then I'll transfer my stuff over, and that should be fine. Now I can pay a month of whatever bank is, just so I can keep, because I had some really good Pokemon in my bank, and definitely at least 2 Gengars, and you know how much I love Gengars.
Oh yes, you're obsessed with them.
So, yep, you should check out my island. Got a few little Pokemon things in there on my Animal Crossing island. So we'll definitely talk way more about Animal Crossing later on.
Yes. So now let's move on to Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
So
sorry.
as we mentioned before, Kingdom Hearts is only going to be available on the Switch as a cloud game. And they finally, gave us a reason why, and they said it's because of space limitations, which sort of makes sense because the games are, they're pretty big now.
Oh yeah, especially like 2 and what I've seen from 3 in Let's Plays. Oh man. Yeah, I can understand that having a hard time being just downloaded on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, because they take up so much space. So it makes sense in that regard. But, they haven't ruled out a native version. So there's still hope for that.
Yeah. I know we keep bringing it up, and it's never been confirmed. It's only been rumors, but this would be a reason why I would love to see some kind of upgrade to Nintendo Switch. Something that would allow you to have more storage, allow you to have, better graphics or whatever, because, you know what? Yeah, Kingdom Hearts on a Nintendo console makes the most sense. I mean, they've been traditionally Sony, and I love them on there, but, I mean, you know how much kids love Nintendo, or how much parents will give their kids Nintendo stuff.
Yeah.
It just makes all the sense in the world for them to have a game that has a bunch of Disney characters on there,
Uh-huh. Yeah. Although, see, I don't know how the storage is really that big an issue, because, you can upgrade the storage on the Switch. But I guess, it's whatever.
Yeah, but like, when I went to try and get a better storage for my Nintendo Switch, because, they give you barely nothing when you first get the game.
Yeah.
And it's like the people at the store was telling me, oh yeah, we got a bunch of these, bunch of like little these camera cartridges that were like for handheld cameras from like 10 years ago that you could use those same storages to like put in your Nintendo Switch, and that's good enough to like give you more games. And I'm thinking like, wow, really? You can do all that with those cartridges that I would have thought would have been obsolete 5-6 years ago?
So they're micro SD cards. They're not the, usual SD card that you use with a camera. But the Switch can do up to 2 terabytes with a micro SD card.
The more you know. Do, do, do.
But yeah, there's not really a lot about, Kingdom Hearts to talk about news-wise.
I know the next thing on the list is about the kit that helps you build gaming PCs and everything, but there was one story that I did discover today that I wanted to at least talk about briefly. Are you okay with me talking about that real quick?
Was that the speedrunner one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could talk about that.
Okay, again, I won't spend too much time on it, but basically, speedrunners, they've been around for a while, or the very concept of trying to finish a game as fast as possibly can. I think that idea has been around since the early inceptions of the internet. Certainly, even like YouTube had like several. I think they still do have some videos on YouTube of people speedrunning games. Some of my favorites were like the Banjo-Kazooie and the Super Mario 64 speedruns.
Yep, those are still popular.
But apparently, there's been a. Oh yeah, absolutely, and. Occasionally, I might look around, or I might check and see if anyone's like beaten any of the records yet. But anyway, there's a whole website devoted to speedrunners, just called Speedrun, which I didn't even really know about that. And basically allows speedrunners to post their stuff on that website. Allow them to hopefully it lets them be able to like post whatever they want, or let them like. Play the games without having to deal with a bunch of copyright things. It's what I think is what it's there for, or to help support speedrunners. But again, I don't know a whole lot of information about that. What I do know is that the moderators for that website are lackluster at best and just non-existent at worst, because users have been spamming vulgar comments and inappropriate images throughout the comment section and through throughout the streaming on various speedrunner channels. And it has gotten to the point where several speedrunners have just went on strike and have either flat out just removed their videos from the website, or have just told everyone just, black out, don't post anything, don't do anything on the website for a while until they get this thing fixed. Because this one speedrunner, Liquid Wi-Fi, he got a bunch of hateful, homophobic comments on his website, and it's one of those where you can delete comments on your comment section or on your stream. Unfortunately, they could and even ban the said user, but it just takes little to no time for them to just create a brand new account and for them to post the exact same comment as before. Same thing was going on with Twitch.
Yeah.
And I remember we covered that story, I believe, a month ago.
I think we did.
Where Twitch had that. Yeah, about Twitch having that same problem of hate raids, and so many content creators and so many streamers were having such a difficult time just having a regular, nice, wholesome stream or whatever they were doing on their regular streams without being constantly harassed and sent hateful, harmful messages on their stream, and having to just take the stream down entirely, at least the comments on the stream entirely down. And they had to do a full-on just day of no Twitch, no streaming, nothing, just to get the company to do anything. And we're seeing the same thing right now with Speedrun.
Yeah, we're seeing something similar with Netflix. I know it's not game related, but with Dave Chappelle's comedy special.
Yeah.
Which nobody would tell me what he said, so it was what did he say? And I finally found it, and I guess he said he was Team TERF, which, if you don't know what that means, it means trans exclusionary radical feminist, which is a misnomer, because if you're trans exclusive, you're not a feminist.
Yeah,
it's what J.K. Rowling is.
That's the sad part, is that these people that want to pretend they're all for exclusivity and they want to be for everybody and help everybody, but they're intentionally excluding people who are trans, or people who are it's no, that's, you can't. Yeah, we have made it very many feminist groups have made it, modern feminist groups have made it very clear, we are inclusive, we are third wave, we are here to help and support everybody of all genders, and you can't just throw out a portion of said group because they weren't born a woman,
because they weren't assigned female at birth.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Again, I was trying to be careful how I say that.
Well, they weren't assigned female at birth. That just means the doctor didn't go, oh, hey, you're a female, when they were born.
Yeah.
That's not
Correct.
Disparaging anyone's gender identity and stuff. It's just,
Yeah.
But yes, I get what you're saying.
Good. And as I said, it's companies like this, and even Liquid Wi-Fi has mentioned on his Twitter, of modern internet companies or internet platforms that want to, moderators have got to have some people at least looking over and checking on the comments and making sure no one's doing harmful or hateful things. Otherwise, it's going to be a nightmare, and no one's going to be wanting to get involved. And again, I'm not sure how long the website Speedrun is. But you would have thought this would have been a problem. They would have at least addressed.
I was going to say, considering it's called Speedrun, it's probably been around for a long time because they were able to get that domain name.
True.
But that's not.
But still, like, well, it's like, frickin' again, well, I would say Facebook's been around for a while and say something, they have some moderation, but then again, they do a terrible job. They really don't care about anyone's private. They certainly don't care about anybody's privacy. They certainly don't care about anybody's safety or personal health. They have even said they know their websites are doing harm to the minds of teenagers, and they still allow all kinds of awful things to go down on their website. Yeah. So yeah, you see why I only use Messenger? Why I almost never use the main Facebook app?
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I do believe I was looking at the comments. The comments from the official website, or somebody representing the website, about how it basically was like how we'll try better. We promise. And here he is. Just again, this is just comments from the someone was in the website. We want to apologize for the issues of this updating created when it was launched, and we hope these changes will create more enjoyable and safe experience. And we are working on additional moderation tools for comments throughout this week to foster a safer community experience, as well as implementing some design changes required by this community. I said, at least they are addressing the issue. But we will wait and see if they actually keep to their word and actually try and make the streams and the comments of the website truly a safer place. That's all I gotta say about that. Any thoughts, Steven?
You summed it up pretty well.
Okay.
I mean, moderation can be, it can be a tricky thing, but at the same time, it's not hard to be like, hey, that hurts people. Don't say that. It's not constructive. There's not a reason to say it. It's the whole, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything. Or if you don't have anything constructive to say, there's no point.
Man, I'm sure everybody's heard the phrase, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. It feels like the last generation and this generation feel like they need to hear that more, because people are so quick to say the most mean, hateful things now more than ever. And maybe I've been lucky to avoid some of that, but it just feels like people are just more hateful. It feels like more people are more willing to let out their hatred more so than ever, and it's just sad.
I actually don't think it's a lot of the newer generation who's doing it. I think it's older generations who's feeling more emboldened by recent politics. Because a lot of the newer generation is inclusive.
I mean, I mostly agree with you right there, but also I do feel like there are some younglings, sorry, that are being influenced by some of the older generation, and I hope it's not too many of them, but.
And I mean, in the end, generations are just, they are literally just a social construct. All they really do is serve to divide us.
Well, yeah, obviously I know there are some older generation that aren't nearly as messed up as some that we have seen, that are more willing to let out their anger. And like, my godmother, Janet, she was the sweetest, nicest woman ever. Didn't have a hate in her entire body.
Alright, so you ready to talk about some Lego PCs?
You know what? Sure, let's get on to a more lighter subject,
Alright, so you ever want to build your own computer but not know how to do it, or how to, even get started? You are not alone.
What does this button do?
Uh, building a PC can be difficult because there's just so many different parts and they don't always play nice together. Well, there's a company called NZXT, and they've basically put together these PC building kits. They come with detailed instructions, clearly labeled parts, and they guarantee that everything will work together. It includes a case, motherboard, CPU, storage, memory, power supply, video card, cooling fans, and a copy of Windows 11. And all the tools, screws, and thermal paste you'll need for assembly are in the box. And like others have said, the instructions are like a Lego set. It walks you through every step. It's cool because it's got simple illustrations as well as QR codes that you can just scan that'll take you to video walkthroughs. There's two models. There's the 1400 Starter Pro model and the 1600 Streaming Plus model.
Wonderful.
And, everyone's gonna be like, oh, well, it's cheaper to, sort your own parts. But, this product's not for you if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I took some bit of like electronics class back in middle school. It might as well have been another language. I got like a B- overall in that class, but I could not tell you some of the things I learned from that. And I would, I wish something like this was around when I was like 12 or 13 or 14, because again, the idea of making your own computer is cool. And the fact that computer can play games is also cool. And I'm only seeing like one on the website. There's only like one image of like the little instruction manual thing, or a little picture of the instruction manual. It looks simple enough. It looks kind of cute, and yeah, as I said, this is, I think, the perfect way to get people into understanding computers and building computers.
And I think it's a wonderful product because of the accessibility it brings. Because there are some people who just, aren't able to wrap their minds around it, or might not have the time to, do all this research for parts, but they still want to build their own computer. And this is a great solution for that. It helps get rid of the stigma that building a PC is confusing, and it's also, not terribly priced.
See. Oh yeah, I think I saw the price a moment ago. It was the starter pack. It's $1,400, and for the streaming plus, it's $1,600. True. I have seen far more expensive more expensive that were made for gaming and streaming, at much higher price, even at places like Walmart.
Yeah, and
it's probably
if
like
you get it at Walmart, it's not gonna be the greatest.
True. That's why I always ask you first of what's the best place to get some gaming stuff.
Of course, I'm not always I don't always know. In fact, most of the time I don't know. I try.
Well, it's either you or my dad. And my dad knows almost nothing about computers. So you are of the list of reliable sources, you are the most reliable.
Nice. All right. So I think we're on Animal Crossing now. Oh. Alright, so, as I'm sure most of you know, November 5th, there is a gigantic update coming. It's the last major update, which is not surprising. Like I keep saying, the fact that Nintendo's, done major updates is not... It's not a common thing. And so, let's see what we got. So first, the most obvious is Brewster's coming back. Brewster and his coffee. Kofifi. So, in New Leaf, I think you could actually work for the coffee shop. I might be wrong, but yeah. So, are you still there, Jordan? Dang it! Sorry, it dropped again. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Are you there?
I am. Sorry, it dropped again. So as I was saying,
you know, I should have seen this coming.
we've got Brewster. They're adding him to the museum, and you can buy a cup of coffee for 200 bells.
Yep.
Isabel appeared in the clip that they showed, so it's gonna be a gathering spot for, villagers. There's a yellow phone that you can use amiibo cards with. And probably invite NPCs like Isabel and maybe not Tom Nook, but Tom Nook like people.
Yeah,
Are you excited for coffee?
Still there? Hello? You still
Yeah,
there?
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
I can go for a hot cup of Joe. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can always go for a hot cup of Joe. I do hope that once you do have a cup of coffee, is added onto the food numbering. Every time you you eat an apple or whatever kind of fruit, it gets your strength level up. I'm always kind of hoping they do that same thing for coffee too.
That would be cool. It just instantly fills you up with energy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're able to break 8 or 10 boulders.
Oh wow. Go all Chris Redfield on him.
Oh yeah.
Next we've got some returning faces. Also, sorry the coffee segment was so awkward. I don't know why it was so awkward.
I mean, our internet just keeps messing up, man, and I'm trying to listen in and want to give some feedback, but you are breaking up. I'm hearing every other word.
Oh, really?
And
even now?
Yeah, that. Not right now. You are clear right now, but
it's not gonna last
out
long.
here. Brewster, coffee, Tom Nook, and I'm like, yeah, because I'm just patiently waiting for the internet to work again or your voice to be clear again.
Yes.
So that I can actually put some input on it. Which
this is an unfortunate part of living out in the country.
The internet is not the woods' friends.
No. So, returning characters.
What?
We got Cap'n.
They're back, baby.
We got
good old Cap'n.
Katrina, which is the fortune teller kitty. We've got Tortimer, the old mayor. And we've got Harriet,
oh, man,
the hairdresser.
I loved her design.
So Cap'n is going to be the most, interesting part, because you can go to weird islands. There's ones with mysterious plants, there's ones that are different seasons, and there's ones that are taking place at different times of day. Which is great for collecting stuff like snowflakes, and as you were going to say...
Well, I was gonna say, like, I am. You can tell I am super happy to see Captain again. When I was able to unlock him in New Leaf, and I was going on his trips with him, like, he was such a delight to hear and listen to him and everything. I was, I'm not gonna lie, I almost teared up when I saw him on the direct. You know,
man,
even though I think both of us are a little. Oh
no, keep going.
I think both of us are a little sad that there aren't going to be any mini-game islands like in New Leaf.
Bruh.
But also, at the very least, we are going to different islands with Cap. And that's an improvement.
The mini-game thing was literally what I was just about to say. It'd even be good if you could go to, these mystery islands with your friends. Just give us, something more to do with our friends when they visit. Instead of running around hitting each other with nets.
Yeah, I finally got the chance to go to your island last week, Steven.
Mm-hmm.
And while, yeah, it was fun going around, but it was sort of like, what do I do here? What, other than just taking your fruits and your bags of money, I didn't know what else to do on your island.
Yeah. So we've got, new haircuts with Harriet, and daily fortunes with Katrina. I'm not really sure what Tortimore does. Reese and Cypress are coming back, and it's not just for the wedding event. They'll be able to do special customizations, like they did in New Leaf. We'll also be able to see Red and Kix more frequently.
Oh, and don't forget the little not Tai Chi, but basically little morning exercises.
Oh, yeah,
you could do with all your villagers.
Oh, we're gonna get to that. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten.
Okay, cool.
I'm just going in the order of this article. So now we've got gyroids, these funky little buddies. Gyroids have been around for ever. And it was weird when they weren't here for New Horizons. I actually missed them because it was what happened to the gyroids? But they are coming back, so no need to fret.
Yeah.
I just really like collecting them. They make noises, weird noises at that. And you can plant them and water them to make more. And there's also going to be some new gyroids, so that's cool.
Oh yeah, they look really funny looking, and in various shapes that I can't say on here, but I'm sure maybe if you were watching the stream, you could. I'm sure you noticed a couple that looked like some things, that older gamers might find funny. I'll just say that right there.
All right. So, yes, we've got, as Jordan mentioned, we've got stretching. This is an event you can do in the morning. Actually, it might not just be in the morning, but it's something you can do with your villagers in the island plaza. And the cool thing about this is it's not just, you're not just watching your character do it. You actually get to stretch along with them using the motion controls in the Joy-Cons. And I think that's a cute feature.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just looking at the still image of it, and it's already put a smile on my face, because I do like the villagers I have right now. I hope to get a couple more. Is there a set limit of how many villagers you can have on your island, or is it like you can have as many as you want?
I think it's 10. I think 10 is the most.
Okay. So I got room to put some more in there that I want.
Yes.
Cool.
We've got some farming and cooking coming up.
It's funny that like I mentioned, I think it was either on our podcast or we're just talking in person, but like I thought cooking would have been like the best feature to do, or like it would have been the feature that you think would be in an Animal Crossing game, because it's all about making your own custom things and doing all kinds of you get all kinds of ingredients anyway. You get like depending on how much you farm and how much you grow plants, you have a bunch of materials for stuff. And the fact that they actually show cooking in the direct, I jumped for joy. I thought I called it. I absolutely called that.
Yeah, it was funny because the day before you were like, yeah, they should add cooking. And I was like, oh man, I missed Ordinances. And these were both things they added the very next day. Or, announced the very next day.
Yes.
So, farming is just like how you do with the pumpkins. And they're adding wheat, tomatoes, potatoes, sugarcane, and carrots. So, you'll get DIY chef recipes. And, it's basically just Stardew Valley.
And there is nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. We got some quality of life updates coming our way. Number 1 is Froggy Chair. Everyone missed him. Everyone loves him.
I knew you were gonna say something about that. Because this franchise more than me, and while it looks cute, I think it was way back in the original Animal Crossing, wasn't it?
Maybe. I don't remember.
I could have maybe it was, but it's like
it's been a while.
I feel like that's the thing that everybody talked about, Froggy Chair, and I'm like, was it in the first game? Has it been something that we've all missed? Yeah, but hey, it's super cute. I'm glad it's back.
And we've got Ordinances, like I said, which is great because I like to play when it's late because, I don't like waking up in the morning. So, now I can keep my island open later. There's more storage. You can have up to 5,000 items, I believe. There's a new camera app. There's a ton of exterior home options, as well as fencing. And that's gonna be cool. Hairstyle and reactions. A pro construction license, so up to 10 bridges and inclines. A pro decorating license, so you can hang stuff like lighting and decorations from the ceiling. You can make an accent wall.
Yeah. Good.
KK Slider is getting new songs, including a polka and Vocaloid song.
Cool.
And sometimes your villagers will invite you over, or sometimes they'll come visit your home.
Well, I certainly hope they knock first.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, we've got to talk about Happy Home Designer, or, the new one.
Happy Home Paradise.
Yes. It is a paid DLC. It's $25. If you get the Nintendo Switch online expansion pack, which is 50 years for, a single person, or 80 for a family, then you get N64 games, Genesis games, and the DLC. Now, if you get it through the DLC, if you get it through the expansion pass, and you cancel your subscription, you lose access to the island, but you still keep the design features that you unlock for your regular island.
Okay, that's at least, some comforting news.
Yeah, people have been, talking about how you'll lose access to the DLC, but they've been leaving out that you get to keep stuff that you've unlocked. So, some of the things that you can do, actually, the number one thing you can do is design people's dream vacation homes for them. You get new skills to do this. You can adjust room size by the width or length. You can construct partition walls, different counter heights, support pillars, mood lighting, soundscapes, and you can polish furniture, which is crazy.
Yeah, you would have thought that would have been in the main game to make sure your furniture and all your stuff looks polished and nice, but at least they're adding it now.
Yeah. There's, obviously there's new furniture. There's a new currency called Poke. You can use it to buy rare furniture on the island.
Okay.
You design restaurants and schools, libraries, vacant buildings that you can, turn into things you want, that villagers will use, which is great because, I'm currently turning Xander's old house into a diner on my island.
Okay.
You get to bring these tools back to your island, so you can remodel your house using it. And soon you'll be able to remodel other people's homes as well. But the room size adjustments, like the width and length, will not be available. Any thoughts?
Which, I was going to say, it would have been real nice if you could just adjust the width and length of your house or other people's houses in the main game, but also I can understand that being a little OP or a little munch. So okay, you gotta do it in this separate island far away from yours. That way it's more fair. It's that's the only way you can do free mode pretty much. Because this is practically just free mode from Minecraft. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah. Creative mode.
Creative mode. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's just, it's just a name. I knew what you were talking about. Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah. And I'm not complaining here. I'm just noticing just something similar,
Yeah. All right. So, one last thing before we go that we have to talk about. The villagers. The new villagers. So, there's new villagers coming. Alright, that's it. Bye, everyone. Have a good day. No. So, what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna pick the top 3 that we're most excited for. So, I'm excited for Shino, Azalea, and, Cephalobot looks pretty cool. Although Nico also looks cute, but he's a special. He's not actually a villager. My bad.
Well, my phone. Ugh. Well, I have a soft spot for some of the penguins out there, so Chabwick, looks like like a penguin version of me, to be real.
I can see it.
Man. Rio, also like both the sort of bird ones, or like the ostrich looking ones. They're pretty cool. Petrie, I think, is the best looking like mouse design out of all of them, because I've seen some pretty bad rat villagers throughout Animal Crossing. Sorry if you like a rat. Sorry if you like the mouse villagers. A lot of the designs are not good, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
And let's see. Did you already say Sasha?
Which one's Sasha?
The little greenish bunny one?
I did not say Sasha.
Okay, well, I'll take her, because, yeah, there's already plenty of really good-looking bunny or rabbits villagers out there, but I'm sorry, this one also looks great.
Yeah.
I would absolutely love for her to be on in my island. I probably said like 4, but you know,
it's
I
okay.
think these are some pretty good designs. I'd
are.
say like, yeah, it would be hard for me to do a whole ranking of like all the various villagers throughout all of Animal Crossing history. But I'd say these are like at least solid A and B tier. All these.
Oh my god.
Yeah. For right now.
Yeah, so Marlowe looks like he's just a beatnik. He looks like he goes to open night poetry slam.
Hold on. Again, my phone did something weird, so I gotta like look at the images yet again. I gotta find the image yet again. Come on, okay. Sorry, just give me just one more minute and. Did y'all hear that? Okay, so Marlowe is like the he is absolutely like the college sophomore, hamster that's like constantly going to coffee shops and trying to not only spew his poetry, but also talk about like his philosophy about, man, you don't know the truth, man. This is how the world really is, man. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for tuning in. That's all we've got for today. I'm not really sure how the whole playing Animal Crossing in the background while we, did this went. We'll see. I just figured I'd try something, different. Maybe make it a bit more engaging. Not saying we're not engaging, but yeah.
I mean, I was engaging to that music at the very beginning, or I was listening to like the Animal Crossing music at the very beginning, and I was vibing to it.
Oh my God.
I was having a good time.
All right. So until next time, stay cool.